Yesterday, we had a 1 in a million chance to witness a Buddhist funeral. Today, we had an equally rare opportunity to see a Noro do a ceremony. These are normally incredibly private rituals done just for the family or for the community. We found ourselves sitting right in the middle of it. Okinawans believe that women possess a special sense or an ability to communicate with the gods, but actually the genesis of Noros goes back about 400 years, when the king made women religious leaders to divest powers away from men. What was the content of the prayer?
First, she prayed toward that shrine in regards to the health of the children and abundant harvest for the whole village of Bise.
What happens if they miss these prayers?
God of fire. It's not a matter of what will happen or this and that. It's just that this is my duty that I have been given from my ancestors.
I asked her if there was any connection between Okinawan longevity and her religion, and she said absolutely. She pointed to the fact that when people leave the village and lose their religion, move to the big city, they often get sick. And when they come back, she counsels them to get back into the religion, to continue to do the prayers to the ancestors. And she recounted time and time again, these people will get better. Whether it's a psychosomatic response or whether there's some religious explanation, we didn't know. What we do know is that there are scores of scientific studies that show there is a connection between religiosity and longevity. Perhaps the most convincing one was done out of Duke University that showed that people who go to church at least 4 times a month live as much as 3 years longer than people who don't. Explanations include the possibility that people who go to church have lower rates of heart disease, lower rates of stress. They meditate every day. They have a less chance of committing suicide. They have a social support network. And who knows, there may be somebody up there or something up there that's really looking over them. This lady supported that by telling me that before she prays every day, she actually feels a calmness settle over her. She speaks to her ancestors, and she believes that her ancestors are looking over her. To a certain extent, that relinquishes some of the worries of the day to this higher power. When we got up to leave, I asked this Noro if she could maybe bless our expedition, and she said, of course. I figured she'd give us a little blessing. Instead, she set up an entire temple, invited priestesses, lit incense. And once again, just like the funeral yesterday, I felt at the beginning like I was treading on some unbelievably privileged glimpse into a culture. And once again, it became beautifully personal.